Wednesday week.
I just love the drama.
Biggest U-turn since winter fuel allowance.
Cut that.
Because loose lips sink ships.
And what the fans want is to stop teams being owned by madmen.
Listen, you're really making a mess here. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. We're getting really cross with you.
The sticky patch came when the rest of the team's sticky patch came, which was sort of January onwards.
Grumble, boobs joke, hot ones.
No, let me tell you, I don't have to look at this objectively at all.
The Wednesday week!
Put on your podcast!
Hello, good evening, and welcome to another episode of the Wednesday week. Hello from the other side of the dish. And today joining me, I've got John Donovan from the 12th Man podcast as we talk up our midweek game this Wednesday against Middlesbrough in... John, welcome to the show. You're right, pal. That was a lot, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, thank you.
So, listen, you're second in the league, not doing too shabby. Rob Edwards is in the hot seat after some changing around. Finn Azaz has gone, who I thought was a tremendous player. Let's get right into it all, shall we? Let's start with the season expectations. I mean, how did you think it was going to go? What did you think you were going to do?
Yeah, I didn't think we'd get up to such a good start, if I'm honest, because the main bulk of our transfer window additions came at the end of August, so we were already a few games into the season. But we had overall a very good transfer window. Yes, we did lose players, like you mentioned, Finn Azaz, but that allowed us to make some additions that have strengthened us immediately and are also good long-term prospects. So we've made an excellent start.
It's impressive the start you've made. I was looking at the league today, and I tell you what, I've got a copy of it to chuck on screen right now. Right, so look at Coventry's run over the last 6 games. So draw, and then they've just won the last 4. Middlesbrough have only won 2 in the last 6, but it's not until you go down to probably Queen's Park Rangers in 11th and Ipswich, who you beat on Friday, is there some decent wedge of form there, if you know what I mean. I feel like as the season starts to settle, as we start to get, those first 2 or 3 games are important, aren't they? You've got to get a win on the board and the league kind of settles. And Coventry seem to have scored 1 million goals. Like, do you look at that and think, I don't know, it's sketchy form. I don't mean that as any shade. I mean, look where Sheffield Wednesday are, don't get me wrong. But do you feel like, do you feel as a fan that you're playing second in the league level football, or do you reckon there's somewhere else to go, I guess is what I'm asking. Yeah,
well, we're sitting second, but I don't think we've really hit a sweet spot yet. I think we can improve. Before the international break, we had 2 games, one at home to Stoke and away to Portsmouth. And the Stoke game was at home. We played really well for the first 45 minutes. Could have and should have really been ahead at half time, but it was 0-0 at half time. Second half, we weathered a bit of a storm from Stoke, and we were happy. Most fans, were happy at the end of the game to have come away with a point. They were a decent side second half. So there was a few mumblings about our second half performance on the social media platforms, and then we go down to Portsmouth, and I didn't think we played particularly well. Beaten 1-0 at Portsmouth. I mean, you went down there, you beat them 2-0. Your only win of the season so far in the league, and it was a disappointment. So we went into the international break having won just 1 point out of 6, and wow. Some people were beginning to ask questions: have we been found out already? This, that, and the other. But to come back with a win and a really good performance against Ipswich on Friday night was pleasing.
Yeah, I'm just looking at your form over September. I mean, you've got that draw against Stoke, as you say, and then away at Southampton. It's a long way to go, and getting a draw down there with some of the riches that they have isn't the worst result. I mean, beating not Rob Edwards, what's his fella at West Brom? That was a great result. But I don't know. I think you've got another gear to kick on, and I don't think losing points to Stoke is a particularly bad thing, because Robbins has got them playing some decent football. They're going to be there and thereabouts if they can keep this form up by the end of the season. So
yeah, I totally agree with you on that. Yeah, definitely there will be.
So there's some positives to take out of it. I think you're right. You might have been licking your wounds a bit after that game against Portsmouth, because you're right. They were poor against us, and we aren't great right now. As the Charlton fans found out yesterday. That's why you're getting a bit more of a muted Dan, by the way, today, John. I am still stinking from my London away day yesterday. You're going to have to bear with me. I'm normally a lot more high energy than this. So, right, Edwards has come in, and you said he made some signings. Where did he identify where your holes were, where he felt like this is where I need to plug some gaps?
Well, when he first arrived, he obviously done the press conference with all the local and national press. He was saying all the right things, and he basically identified where a lot of fans thought that we were what we were missing from last season. We had a soft underbelly. I mean, you saw that on Boxing Day. 3-0 up at half time, and we almost lost that game to you. We were pleased that we come out with it with a 3-3 draw, but that showed its face far too often. We took the lead in games, and we succumbed to points. I think we lost 24, 25 points from a winning position. We didn't have the steel that we should have had within our team, and to be fair, like say, when he first arrived, he identified that, and it seems to have worked. He's got the best out of a lot of players, and he's improved the team spirit no end. And now we look a lot more together as a team, and we don't panic if we go a goal behind. Which we've done quite often in games this season, and we've always clawed it back, like Southampton, like twice at Preston. He's made us a much more difficult team to play against. We were too soft.
Talk to me about Luke Ayling as well. I've been a low-key fan of his, even though I'm not allowed to be, because obviously he played for Leeds and the Yorkshire connection there. But he seems to have been around forever. And I think he's going to have a big old long career. I think he's going to play well into his late. How old is he now? How old is he now, Luke Ayling?
I'm not sure. I'll guess at 35. I hope I'm not hurting his feelings, and I hope I'm doing him a favour. But yes, you're right. He's long in the tooth, definitely. But he's been moved into a more central position now. Yes. So he's playing in a centre half of a back three. And it's suiting him down to the ground. He's no longer probably capable to maintain what he used to do for Leeds, which was like bombing down and putting crosses into the box. He's probably lost a bit of that ability. But for experience, for know-how, it's been an excellent move for him. He's done really well this season. He's been one of our standout players, to be honest, when he's played in a back three.
Yeah, you've answered my question there. I was like, where are you playing him now? Have you got him marauding down the wings? So in terms of tactical tweaks then, so Edwards has come in. You've gone with that three at the back, haven't you, and the two wing backs? Is that what you said? Yeah.
Well, so that's a style that we've started the season off, but he has changed it on a couple of occasions to a flat back four. I mean, he did against Ipswich. And I think that was to counter Philogene for Ipswich. I think we didn't want our wing backs pushing too far forward and allowing Philogene in the space behind that. So we played a flat back 4 on Friday, and to be honest, we countered the threat of him.
So tell me about this game then on Friday. Going into that, we are sat there thinking Ipswich have got the potential. I mean, they're only mid-table Ipswich, but they're favourites every game they play because of where they were last season. Saved a penalty, decent win. You must, in terms of expectation and reality, you must be all right with that.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, talking to a lot of their fans before the game in the bars and then on the concourse and getting up to my seat. I wish I had £1 for everybody who said I'd take a point. Because you're right, Ipswich are favourites for a reason. They've got a hell of a squad. The bench was so impressive. So to come out of that game as 2-1 winners was better than a lot of our fans expected. But we'll take that all day long.
And that's not too shabby time to score, isn't it? 2 minutes into added time just before half time, is it? That changes the conversations on the concourse, doesn't it? Yeah,
it does. I mean, we conceded a penalty, and it gave everybody in the stadium and the team a massive boost when our keeper Sol Bryn made a fantastic save down to his right, low to his right, pushed it away. The stadium erupted as if it was a last-minute winner. It was fantastic. And like you say, that gave everybody a little bit of a lift. And then minutes afterwards, we go and score. So we go into half-time 1-0. Concourse is buzzing. Everybody's up for it. And it sets us up. And we got a second goal quite early on in the second half. So yeah, it was the right time. You're dead right in what you're saying. It was the right time to score.
So bouncing in then on the back of beating Ipswich, who've spent big, and they've got their multi-million-pound signings. You've got lowly bottom of the league Sheffield Wednesday coming up in the middle of the week. I'll be honest with you, John. It's been tough. That game against Charlton yesterday was a soberer. So our squad is threadbare anyway. So none of the players, half of the players that played against Boro on that Boxing Day game aren't there anymore. Obviously, about the payment issues that we've had. The morale around the club is on its backside. There's a lot of youths playing in the team, and most notably in the 94th, 95th minute against Charlton yesterday, our only remaining first team goalkeeper got sent off as well for, I think it was attempted murder. I don't know if that's the official title of what he was sent off for. But your game has also been earmarked as the boycott game as well. I don't know if you're aware of this.
Yeah.
It's so there's obviously going to be some messages sent in terms of attendance to the chairman, and a lot of people are going to be watching it from home. I don't think your faithful fans can make it's only about 90-minute trip in it down the road. They're going to use us, but I feel like you're going to go down there. Are you aware of all this then up there? Are you aware of all this that's going off on Wednesday night?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, on our Twitter feed, I follow a few Sheffield accounts. One of them being the Trust, the Sheffield Wednesday Supporters Trust, and yeah, I read them and see what they're planning. And you know what, I am going to the game, but I'm fully supportive of what you're doing as fans. I won't be buying a program. I won't be going to the bars or the food outlets on the concourse, and that's just my little way of trying to to show my solidarity with your plight. But obviously, I'm a Middlesbrough fan, and I'm going there to support my team. So yeah, we've had to pay £35 a ticket, which is one of the more expensive tickets in the Championship. But yeah, I do see what's going on, and I feel for you. Such a good club, such a fantastic fan base, brilliant, historic, traditional working men's club, if you know what I mean. And it's a shame to see what Chansiri's done to you, But I'm always hopeful that brighter times are ahead. and you can see this through, and you'll come out of it stronger. I'm certain.
Yeah, I think the outpouring of support we've had from the football family has been genuinely dead surprising. I must admit. I think it's probably only Rotherham and Sheffield United, and I know that there's a good chunk of Sheffield United fans that still be like, I hope you go out of business, but also I'm sorry it's happening. You know what I mean? There's even parts of that, but I tell you what, appreciate that, by the way, John. Let's get into matters on the pitch. I mean, you must be fancying yourselves for a decent win here, especially given that we lost Iorfa and Horvath, our centre back and goalkeeper on Saturday.
I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't expecting us to win. And part of me feels a little bit bad for inflicting even more. Like turning the knife, so to speak. Yeah. But yeah, it's an opportunity, for us to maintain our good start. I'd like to see us get back to the top of the table, because I know Coventry are away at Portsmouth. Got a good result yesterday at Leicester. Beat us, so they've got something about them. So yeah, I mean, despite your plight, I'm obviously looking for a Middlesbrough win.
You're still coming for 3 points. I get it. You know what I mean? I don't expect you to go,
sorry.
Oh, it don't matter, lads. But you know what I mean? I get it. But let's talk about then league expectations now, right? So because you've started so well, there must be part of you now, 10 games in, we're a quarter way through the season. You must be sat there thinking, you must be daring to dream. Or are you still in that, I reckon we can get the playoffs type of vibe?
Yeah, I think it's more the latter, because there are still some great teams in that division. We're only 10 games in. There's 36 to go. It's an incredibly tough campaign, but I'm more hopeful now of possibly avoiding the playoffs and sneaking into top two. It's still going to be a tough call, but we've done well, and I just hope momentum sort of keeps getting us results. We had a really tough start. We had a really difficult start of the campaign, and we come out of it quite well. So I just and as I said earlier, with the team spirit that I witness on the pitch and through the socials that the club put out, there seems to be a really good sort of squad of players there, that are working together. So, yeah, I mean, top six has got it's our aim every season. What the chairman always backs whoever's in charge. He always backs them well, and as a fan base, we're always hopeful that the playoffs is our minimum. This year, it could be better. I keep my fingers crossed.
Yeah, you've got a little gap there, haven't you? And then 3 points against the Wednesday in the midweek, if you pull that off, would actually, could inflict some space on, Stoke. And I still feel Leicester are still in second gear right now.
Yeah.
They've not blown anybody away, Leicester, but are somehow fourth just by drawing a load of games. And we all know that Ipswich have got the potential to go flying up as well. Let's have a score prediction from you then, John.
I'm going to go 2-0 Middlesbrough.
That's very conservative. I thought you were going to come in with a 4-0. I really thought I'm going to get told on my own show that you were going to batter us 4-0.
Well, do you know what? We've only scored 14 goals all season, so we're not prolific, but we're winning games. So, yeah, if we get 2-0, just get 3 points for me. Even if it's 1-0, I'll be over the moon. It's just about getting the points at the moment. Yes, Coventry is scoring boatloads of goals, but at the end of the day, just get the win and I'll be happy. But my prediction is 2-0.
Fair enough. Now, for those of you listening, we are recording this on a Sunday night, and I've stopped John finding out if Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank is still in Strictly Come Dancing. So I'm going to let you go, John. It's been an absolute pleasure, mate. Thanks a lot for joining us. See you later.
You're not another one who watches that, are you? Oh my God, it's shocking.
There's a reason I'm doing this, so I ain't got to watch it. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can't. I've got stuff to do. John, thanks a lot, man.
Cheers. I asked one of the lads off the podcast to come on, and he said no, and now I understand why.
Yeah, you see now. Do you know what? I'm still stinking from yesterday. I had a bit of a skinful from Charlton away yesterday, and I'm now sat here thinking that's why nobody else wanted to pick this up as well, because we're not watching Strictly Come Dancing. That's what it is. That's what they're sat doing. Team JFH. Cheers, boss.
Brilliant.
See you later.
No problem. I appreciate
Cheers,
it. Thank
man.
you. Bye bye.
No worries. Bye bye.
Every week, live from 8 p.m. It's the Wednesday week. Bringing you football analysis.
But he said we'll win the league next season.
Bringing you modern references.
I did a little 1920s fist pump there. Not done that in a while.
If we could do just a 1-to-1, not me because it'd last 7 days apparently, like Craig David.
I should not have said that. I should not have said that.
This shows like you're mental. No, I'm not.
Clip that.
Bringing you terrible impressions.
Wibble wobble wobbly wobbly wibble wobble Cyber Jordan. Going, hey, you got to play a 4-4-2. She. I don't know where these jokes are coming from.
Available on all social medias.
Obviously, this goes out on YouTube and as well as all the other social media out there, podcasts, etc.
The award-winning Wednesday week. Join us.
Put on your pod